A dream written down with a date becomes a goal. A goal broken down into steps becomes a plan. A plan broken by action makes your dream come true. Welcome to all gathered here this evening. It gives me immense pleasure in welcoming every one of you to this online summer course on future trends in networking. I know I now extend a warm welcome to our resource person for this evening, Ms. Sharmi B, on behalf of our respected college Chairman Shri D. Duresamy, Vice Chairman Shri D. Paranthaman, Secretary Shri D. Dasarathan, Joint Secretary Shri S. Gopinath, Correspondent Shri S. Amarnath, Director Shri D. Sabarinath, our beloved Principal Dr. S. Ramachandran, Head of all UG and PG departments, professors and faculty members, and students of our institution. Thank you, Ms. Sharmi B, for joining with us today. Before we begin this event, let me share a brief introduction of our institution. Dharmanayudu Educational and Charitable Trust established SA Engineering College in the year 1998 to 1999. We are here NAC A grade, NAC A grade and ISO certified institutions located at Thiruvarkadu. All our departments are NBA accredited. We are working autonomous from 2019 for a span of 10 years. We have 24 years of excellence with 9 UG programs, which included BE, ECE, EEE, CSE, Civil, Mechanical, and BTech IT, Artificial Intelligence and Data Science, Computer Science and Business System, along with 6 PG programs, which are HEMI, CAD, or CAM, CSE, Communication System, and Embedded Systems Technology. MBA and MCA. We also support various doctorate programs in CSE, ECE, EEE, Mathematics, and Mechanical Engineering. Hesse Engineering College stands out in the crowd for its Anna University recognized research centers with 24 funded projects where students get chance to work on these projects. We provide highly comprehensive placement of about 90% each and every year. We have achieved 90% of placements even during this pandemic in the year 2020 to 2021. Our top recruiters include Havasoft, Rapid Data, Emphasis, Infosys, Capgemini, CTS, TCS, Zoho, L&T. We have introduced latest courses on artificial intelligence and data science, CSE and business systems. We have state-of-art infrastructure, including Internet of Things Lab, Product Design and Development Lab to conduct research projects. SA Engineering College maintains high standard of education by providing a wide array of world-class academic facilities, employing highly qualified and experienced faculty members, and creating an ambience of conductive quality education. I now request our resource person to take over.
Thank you for your warm welcome. Good evening to one and all participated in this evening. In this session, we're going to see about the future trends in networking. In previous session, we discussed the basic of networking like history, users, types of networking, topology, network links, and network nodes, etc. Now we're going to see about the future trends in networking. Before that, we're going to see the important topics named as OSI model. OSI model, it stands for Open System Interconnection. OS model contains 7 layers. It can be arranged in the bottom to the top. First physical, then this data link, then networking layer, then transport layer, after that session layer, then presentation layer, and our last one is application layer. Next, the last three layers session the last three layers, session layer, presentation layer, and application layer, are known as user support layer. These are sharing data only, and transport layer shares the data by segment to segment. The user sends data can be splitted into different segments. Then networking layer shares the data by packets and packets. Packets means the separation of segment. After that data link layer, it shares the data by frame. Frame can be considered as the piece of packets. In the last layer is known as physical layer. It shares the data by the transmit to the binary form like bits, zeros and ones. So let us see these seven layers in briefly. First, physical layer. It consists of lowest layer in OSI model. It activates, maintains, and deactivates the physical connection. Also, it converts the logical ones and zeros into electrical signal that transmit electrical signal over the communication channel. So whatever the electrical signal it is physically layered is produced, the electric signal will be transmitted to the sender. The data encoding is also done in this layer. So what exactly the physical layer is having: hubs, modems, cables, or the physical layer devices. The functions of next we can see functions of physical layer. First one, bit synchronization. Bits is nothing but ones and zeros. So those ones and zeros are synchronized in the physical layer. How those bits are synchronized in the physical layer with the help of clock pulse. Next, bit rate control. The physical also define a transmission rate that is number of bits per seconds. Next one, physical topology. Physical topology means arranging the network in any of the structure. So here the physical layer specifies the way in which the different devices or you can check the nodes are arranged in networking. So we can arrange the different devices and nodes in a network with the help of bus topology, star topology or mesh topology. The last function of physical layer is transmission mode. Transmission mode. The data flow between the two connected devices. So whatever the connected device, the sender and the receiver. So these should be data flow. So this data flow can be done by using three modes, that is simplex, half duplex, and full duplex. Next, we're going to see data link layer. It is responsible for nodes to nodes delivery of message. The packet received from the network layer. Above the data link, we have the network layer. Here, the packet received the network layer. The data will be uh, what what are the packets are received from the network is further divided into frame depending on the frame size of the network interface card. This layer establishes the logical layer between two nodes and manages the frame traffic control over the network. So the signal transmit node to stop when the frame buffer are full. Switches and bridges are the devices we used in the data link layer. Next, we're going to see um, yes. Next, we're going to see functions of data link layer. First one, framing. Framing is whatever the bits packets that is received from the network layer, that packets are divided into frame. So these frames are attached to the special bits pattern. The starting and ending bits are attached with special bit patterns. Next, physical addressing. The data link layer address physical address of sender or receiver in the header of the each frame. So the sender the information from the source to destination, we need to know the address to where we are sending the information and where we get the information. In physical layer, we can able to easily find the address. Next one, error control. In error control, we retransmit the damages. Um, if we get information with damages, we can able to retransmit it. Next one, flow control. Whenever the buffer is full, the flow will be stopped. Whenever the buffer is empty, the flow will be transmit. Is known as flow control. Networking. Next, we're going to see about networking layer. Networking layer. The networking layer controls the operation of subnet and also it routing packets from source to destination. It selects shortest path to transmit a packet from number of routes available. The sender and receiver IP are placed in the header of the network layer. After that, we're going to see functions of networking layer. There are four types of networking layer. First one, internet. Sorry. Ah, First one, routing. With routing is known as suitable form transmitting the data from the source to destination. Um, in routing, the network layer find out the suitable path to transmit the data. Next one, logic addressing. So for each package, if you want to send, we have to know the logic addressing. In order to identify the each devices on net, uniquely network layer defines an addressing case. The last one is transport layer. It divides it sorry. Multiplexing, splitting of data are done by the transport layer. It provides the additional qualification. Sorry, it provides the additional qualification to the information. Next, we're going to see the transport layer. So, uh, transport layer. It decides the information of data should be parallel or single path. It provides additional quality of service. It receives message from session layer and convert the messages into smaller units and it passes to the network layer. It is responsible for end-to-end delivery of complete message. Because of these, we call transport layer as a heart of OSI model. Functions of OSI model. First one, service point addressing. Computer runs several programs simultaneously due to this reason. The transmission of data from source to the destination not only from one computer to another computer but also from one process to another process. The transmit layer adds the header that contains the address is known as a service point addressing. Next one is segment and reasonable. When the transport layer receives the message from the upper layer, it divides the message into multiple segments and each segment is assigned with the sequence number that uniquely identifies each segment. Next one, connection control. Um, Transport layer provides two services connection. They are connection oriented service and a connectionless service. A connection oriented, it connect with the transport layer at the destination machine before delivering that packet. And next one is a connectionless service. It treats each segment as a individual packet and they are travel in different routes to reach the destination. Fourth one is flow control. Whenever the buffer is full, the flow will be stopped. Whenever the buffer is empty, the flow will be transmit. Error control. It retransmit the damages. Next, we're going to see session layer. Session layer. Um, it manages and synchronizes the conversation between two different applications. It is responsible for establishment of connection, maintenance of session, automation, and also ensure security. Next, functions of session layer. There are two types of functions in session layer: dialogue control and synchronization. First, we are seeing dialogue control. Um, Session layer acts as a dialogue control that creates a dialogue between two processes, or we can say that is allows the communication between two processes, which can be either half duplex or full duplex. Next, synchronization. Session layer adds some checkpoints when transmitting the data in a sequence. If some error occurs in the middle of the transmission, then the transmission will take place again from the checkpoint. These two functions are under the session layer. Next, we're going to see presentation layer. Uh, Presentation layer. It is also known as a translation layer. It will translate the given information by encoding or decoding method. It concerned with syntax and semantic of information. And also it does operation like data compression, data encryption, and data conversion. Next, we're going to see about the functions of presentation layer. Function. First one, translation. It translates the ASCII language to Ebitic language. Next, encryption, decryption. The encryption decryption just done for the security purpose. And the last one is compression. It reduces the number of bits to transmit on network. The last layer is application layer. It is the top of OSI model. It is a layer through which user can interact. It provides service to the user. The functions of application layer is FTAM, file transmit access and management. In this application layer, the files can be transmit, accessed and managed by user and the receiver. The next one is services. An application layer provides the facility for email forwarding and storage. These um, these seven layers consist of a OSI model. Sorry, one second. Yes. These seven layers are consist of OS model. We see these at all in briefly. Next, we're going to see future string. Uh, Next one. The future of computer networking has been difficult. In some prediction, we can't able to predict how the future of networking like because of three reasons. That technology in computer networking is can be complex to make the decision of futures. um, it can be make the challenges to observer to understand. um, by using networking is a major part to analyze the future. The networking and internet are commercialized these thing efforts in the financial and large corporation. In financial level and also a large corporation level, the networking plays a major role, so that we can't able to predict the future of computer networking. The last reason is by using network, the disruption in influence can arise from anywhere of the world. um, if we use the internet in future, there is a worldwide web, so the influence can be occur in anywhere in the world, because nowadays they are hacking different types of softwares, and used to used to store the information in many companies. So it is difficult to predict how the future of networking is like. Next, evaluation. Now we're going to see evaluation of future of networking. First, in in starting stage, IP address is a major part in future major part in networking, because of each system consists of different numbers. So in first say version is IPv4. V4 consists of 32 bits only. In 32 bits, we can't able to cover whole the world peoples. The users can be used multiple devices. A single person can use multiple devices. So IP address need more than trillions or billions. So we can't able to uh, sorry. So we can't able to predict the future future IP devices. First, IP address version 4 contains 32 bits. It 32 bits number of IP. It creates the IPv4 that throw mistake about future. Like if IPv4 consists of 32 bits only, so in future there is in our world there is 8 billions of peoples are using devices for in by using IPv4, just 4 billion IP address are there. For that, we create advanced versions like IPv6. IPv6 contains 128 bits. 128 bits means we can able to we can able to use multiple devices for a single user. Um, Next one is domain names becomes obsolete. Uh, it means we can able to in nowadays the devices are easily able to recognize the voice and also eye motions and touch informations. In previously there is nothing else. The user, the password is released means anyone can able to use the use this certain computers or softwares. But nowadays they needs a security purpose for using fingerprint patterns and etc. Is a evaluation of future networking. Then next one is broadband routers and other home gadgets because obsolete. In nowadays in every homes and every individual has a gadget and using auto vehicles like without auto vehicles with using a networking. Without network we can't able to live in this world because of everything we can use in networks. um, In previously, we can use networks only in computers, but nowadays we can use many devices and gadgets in our homes and outside the world. Um, in our young generation, there is no one without devices or internet. So it is a big advantage because every peoples are using networking. In future there are multiple users can be made to use functions of future networking. Next one is the revolution of view. In previously uh, there is a single way communication and double way communication. After that speed up the communication between two persons. And in previously 4G is a big speed up communication system. Nowadays they're using 5G in um, uh, nowadays we can able to use 5G communication for more speed communication. In year 2100 it is difficult to world without networking. Network not only used in our world but also be used in space also. Like today's everyone know today's trend is James Webb Space Telescope. It is a best example for best example of networking. Um, with the help of James Webb Space Telescope, we can able to see the different galaxies and different planets by using the networking. Without networking, we can't able to produce these types of technologies. Um, in future, in in space research also there is multiple use of networking. In future they are using different types of technology for diagnosis the space and also the galaxies. In our world the communication between the two users is more uh, communication between the users is more is more speed up to uh, in India. In India, the next year 2023, the 5G communication is going to launch in our India. Um, in future, many technologies and many invention can be developed by the computer networking. Without computer networking, these things these things at all not. Without computer networking, these things are all not in our world. um, yes. um, in first the computer the networking can be plays less roles in our world, because some of them don't know about technology. So um, so that they um, now we compare with the history of networking. In previously a single computer, it takes multiple times to execute a single program. If a program got error means, after that we need to rectify and used to um, re re after that we error rectify re-execute. It takes 2 or 3 days to execute a single program. In an hour technology, just we run into typed into a program, automatically it shows an error, we rectify in the same time, and we get the output at single minute. um, with the help of this networking, we can able to speed up the communication and transmit mm, and also introduce many gadgets and devices to the future world. Without networking we can't able to introduce these types of gadgets. In this session also conducted by the networking, because without networking we can't able to interact in this live session. um, in uh, in by using networking we can able to know about the newses in different parts in our world. In a, we sit in a single place and we know the different parts of our world newses with the using of networking, the speed up of networking. That in previously, to compensate the user, the provides um, IP private address. Yes, in to compensate the user, it provides a IP private address, because each one consists of IP address, so we can't able to provide all address to the all persons. So they create a private address, but the usage of public address needs more and more, because each and if take a single person, they use mobiles, laptops, tabs and etc, like different types of gadgets. So we can't able to give a single IP address to a different types of people, so that we can able to introduce IPv6. Everyone had a questions, where is IPv5? IPv5 is introduced, but it is not sent to the industry, because IPv5 is a advanced version of IPv4, but it consists of same like IPv4. So IPv5 is a less uh, less user IP address. So the company doesn't release the IPv5. Instead of IPv5, they released IPv6, because IPv6 has 128 bits. With 128 bits, we can use um, octobillions of users can be used in IPv6. Uh, in 22nd century, also it is enough. IPv6 is enough to use the uh, IP address. Next one is mm, ah next yeah, in many people's had Google assistants and Google assistants like Alexa, Google and This Google Assistant consists of networking. Um, in robotics also, networking plays a major role. Without networking, we can't able to send the information to the robots or machines to done their work. With the help of networking, only we can able to use robots, machines, and gadgets also. In nowadays, there is a smartness of a network is used in multiple ways, like smart light, smart fan, smart TV, etc. With the use of single mobile, with the use of mobile, we can able to activate fan, light, TV, etc. um, in advanced, we can able to use uh, security purpose by using networking. Without the uh, um, uh, without the usage of a single user, the IP value can be defined as different different networks. Um, in future, we can able to use the networking in is not predictable, because the networking plays a important role, but it is in somewhere the networking can able to um, destroy some lives, because uh, the misuse of networking can use only for a safe purpose. They know, if we know about the networking correctly, we can able to use it in safe manner. Um, if if we see in schools or colleges, we can able to um, use networks. Without networks, if schools and college also if not able to run, because every data and informations are uh, stored in computers or clouds. Then afterwards, if they need means, they take the data. So without networking, this at all not possible. If they need to send some information to students also, networking it plays an important role. um, in 21st century, the many peoples are used gadgets and devices, because without gadgets, we can't able to see a single person. They are always using networks and gadgets. um, it makes useful networks makes useful things, and uh, networks make useful things and also an entertainment to a person. um, in previously, they are playing outside on the grounds, but nowadays the entertainment is to seeing mobile phones and laptops, because without playing, we can able to entertain ourselves with using networking. um, this can be, in future we can be used different types of networks, like auto vehicles, um, electric electric vehicles, and also auto delivery devices, and many gadgets, and in future we can able to see many robots and machines to be to be to be with us in okay. um, in in future, we can able to use in in future we can able to use 6G communication. The Chinese government introduced a 6G communication in a space to orbit uh, space orbitry, to test the speed of the communication. Converts the 60 communication also in next the internet internet or plays a major role in a single person because internet can pick a person in high level to become a celebrities or become a respective person in a society. They if in our society they don't know about networking means they think them as not like not using networking can be with high person in future at all each and every person they using networks gadgets and many things related to networks. Networking the machines like uh, without by using the network computer networking layer the machines like robots and some factories machines um, then home appliances are controlled in nowadays in many industries the manhole is plays a major role. In future we can able to do done the difficult task by using the machines by using networking. If we provide a information through networking to the machine will done the difficult task. um, Next one is if if man can not able to done a work means with help of networking the devices are done that work because networking plays a major and more important role in man's person's life. Next one, with the help of networking the user can establish their product to the clients or other businessmen or other um, industries or companies because in nowadays the interviews and works are done by work from home because of networking. If networking is not privated the they can't able to work in home. They need to go companies and different place to work. In some field they provide work from home because of evaluation of networking. Networking by using networking if we done a single task if we done a single task we can able to use multiple source of networking. We yes user can use multiple devices by using networking. Without networking we can't able to done a single work without networking. Afterwards in future networking was um, in nowadays the people's doesn't sorry in yes in nowadays the people doesn't follow the traffic rules. We develop an technologies by using networking. We can able to um, find a person who refuse the traffic. In many parts of our world they can use technology by using networking to make their society with a clean and make their rules like traffic rules, and also if they done any different kinds of activities it against to society, um, they will be recognized by the technologies and networking because of um, like CCTV. It is comes under the networking device, and also um, yeah, monitoring devices is also comes under the um, networking devices. Next, um, the networking can be able to place each and every departments like space departments and also IT departments, CS departments, and also EC, then companies, industries, and etc. They can be able to communicate with the help of networking. Um, without a user, the machines can be communicate with the networking. Um, Afterwards, if yes, let's think about a day without networking. It's like without oxygen in a day. We can't able to live without oxygen. Like that, nowadays we can't able to we can't able to live without internet because internet merge with our life. Without internet, we can't able to think how it is. Then in future the networking can be done a major role like like a user uh, like a user mm, uh, in future the networking can make user friendly and also plays important roles to make a user to do their work. Next, networking can be next networking can also used in a medical field also because in our India, uh, some gadgets are used to diagnose the patient's heartbeat and pulses, blood pressure, and also the overweight and underweight also. By using gadgets, networking can able to communicate the information from gadgets to the concerned doctors. Next, we will see the 22nd century that networking can be developed much better than our century because the development of networking can be um, fastly grown up by some uh, fastly grown up. The domains of networking can be the the domains of a networking can be disappear the cost of domain name of the domains because if everyone had networking means sorry, if everyone used the networking means that then um, the price of the gadget will be reduced because the production of gadgets by using networking is also reduced. In nowadays, the data can be stored in a clouds because in hardware we can't able to store much information in hardware, so we can able to use computer cloud networking, because clouds can able to store multiple uses of cloud can be able to store many files and datas, and also big data also. With the help of networking only we can able to form a clouds. uh, by using a communicate transfer the files to the clouds, uh, by, by using the networking. Afterwards, the future of in nowadays, they're using clouds to store big data only. Afterwards, the hardware and the memory, yes, in nowadays, they're using the clouds, but future we can't able to use the hardware, because everything can be stored in clouds. And also, by using the networking, um, um, in previously we can we see that um, recognition of voices, eyes movement, and touching interfaces. In these are all in our society, but in future, um, just this the device can see sorry, the device can saw their user. It automatically opens because of networking. Networking can intimate the by using networking, they intimate intimate the devices by programmed like AI. AI is a major part of computer networking. By using AI, it doesn't by using AI, it doesn't need a man's help to activate to proceed their work. With the help of AI, we can able to done automatically the work. Uh, in future, networking will be like scalable, space and power efficiency, automated, disaggregated, universal, open, and simple to manage, self-aware, and self-healing. These are the functions of networking in the future. Um, in future, uh, we can able to uh, recognize multiple functions of our networking. Um, Let us go through once again this session. First, we see about the OSI model. OSI, Open System Interface. It consists of 7 layers, from physical layer to application layer. Then we see the first layer as physical layer, and their functions like bit synchronization, bit rate control, physical topology, transmission mode, and second layer is data link layer. And this data link layer function is framing, physical addressing, error control, flow control, and access control. Next, after the data link layer, there is network layer. Network layer contains the functions like routing, logical addressing, transport layers. Sorry, logical addressing. After that networking layer, it contains transport layer. Transport layer consists of the functions like service point addressing, segmentation and reassembling, uh, connection control, flow control, error control. After that session layer, we saw the function of a session layer is dialogue control, synchronization. The sixth layer is known as a presentation layer. The presentation layer consists of the functions like translation, encryption, decryption, compression. The last layer is known as application layer. It is the top of the OSI model. The functions of application layer is known as FTAM, file transmit access and management process. Then mail services. After that, we see the functions of computers net has been difficult to predict because of three reasons. After that, we see the evaluation of networking. Evaluation of networking is done very important role in our society because in previous compared to previous and nowadays the networking develops much better than previously. Next one is reevaluation of views. The network layers can be how it will be in futures, like that we are seeing. And after that, in future the networking will be like scalability, space and power efficiency, automated, disaggregated, universal, open and simple to manage, self-aware and self-healing. Thank you all for at seeing this session.
Gratitude is the highest form of thought, and gratitude is happiness doubled by wonder. Thank you, Ms. Shami, for the wonderful session. We have now reached the end of the seminar. This is the time to extend our gratitude for the successful completions of today's event, Future Trends in Networking. No duty is more urgent than that of returning thanks. I deem it my privilege in proposing the vote of thanks. At the outset, I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to the management for providing an opportunity and extending full support to organize such an event. I would like to thank our principal sir, Dr. S. Ramachandran, for being a source of motivation and guiding us to conduct such events. I would like to thank our most eminent speaker, Ms. Shabi, for spending her time with us and enlightening the stay with her knowledge. Profound thanks to the event organizing committee for playing a pivotal role in organizing and
Hello and welcome to Saturday's Kahoot. I hope my voice is audible. And so I request all the participants to kindly go up to their browser and type Kahoot, www.kahoot.it and enter the gaming pin number 4471337. I repeat, all the participants kindly open your browser and type www.kahoot.it and enter the gaming pin number 4471337. Again, I'm waiting for the participants to join the session. Open your browser and type www.kahoot.it and enter the gaming pin number 4471337. Okay. We have one participant at the moment, and I hope everyone will join us soon. I need at least 10 of them to start the session. So please open your browser and type www.kahoot.it and enter the gaming pin number 4471337. Let me repeat the gaming pin number 4471337. Okay, we have about six of them now. I just want two more people to join and I'll just start the session. Let me repeat the gaming pin number 4471337. Okay, we have seven of them joining now. So let me start this session. Okay, we have eight of them now. Okay, we have eight of them. I think we are good to go. Let the others join in the meanwhile, and I'm starting the session. So, the first question on the topic of networking is on the count of three, two, one. And the question is which of the following transmission directions listed is not a legitimate channel? Simplex, half duplex, full duplex, double duplex. This must be a very easy one. Okay, we have around 3 seconds left. Guys, make it fast. So, and the answer is double duplex. Yes. So let us see who is on the top podium. It is Ram with the score of 761, followed by Shell, Sam, Pranav, and V. Moving on to the next question. The term HTTP stands for Hyperterminal Tracing Program, Hypertext Tracing Protocol, Hypertext Transfer Protocol, Hypertext Transfer Program. This must be a basic question, so I hope everyone will answer it right. We have 0 seconds left. That's nice. Okay, so almost all of them answered it right. It is Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Moving on to the next question. Okay, we have on the top with the score of 1, 2, 5, 1 is Shell, and followed by Pranav and Nitin, Sharmi, and Chitra. Moving on to the next question. Which one of the following is a valid email address? javati@point.com, gmail.com, tpoint@.com, javati.point@books. So your answer is, again, this is another basic question, and I hope everyone gives the right answer. Okay, we have four right answers, and the answer is javati@point.com. So moving on, let us see who is on the top. On the top is Chitra, followed by Nitin, Ram, Sam, and Shell. Moving on to the next question. The fourth one, which of the following is the most common internet protocol? HTML, NetView, TCP/IP, IPX, SPX. This is one of that question that you can actually even like get up from the bed and answer because it's a given answer. And the answer is TCP/IP, and we have six of them correct. That's nice. Yeah, I was expecting this. So we have on the top as Chitra, followed by Nitin, Ram, Sharmi, and V. Moving on to the fifth question. The term FTP stands for. Again, the options are File Transfer Program, File Transmission Protocol, File Transfer Protocol, File Transfer Protection. And your answers, please. Okay, we have almost everyone answered. And the answer is File Transfer Protocol. That is right. So let us see who is on the top. Okay, on the top stays Chitra with a score of 3627, followed by Nitin with a score of 2625, followed by Sharmi with a score of 2578. And moving on to the sixth question, which of the following is not a network topology? Guys, remember, they are not asking about network, they are asking about the network topology. So your options are star, ring, bus, peer to peer. Let me repeat, they are asking about the topology and not network. Yes, the right answer is peer to peer. I'm glad that everyone is clear on that. So on the top stays Ms. Chitra with a score of 4540, followed by Mr. Nitin with the score of 3551, followed by Sharmi, V, and Ram. Moving on to the seventh question. The length of an IP version 6 address is 32-bit, 64-bit, 128 bits, 256 bits. Again, this is something which was widely discussed during the session, and this must be a clear answer, a given answer, perhaps. That's great. The answer is 128. Sorry about that. Yeah, 128 bits. Okay, on the top stays Ms. Chitra, followed by Nitin, Sharmi, and Ram and V. Yes, Ram and V have swapped their positions. On to the next question. The term WAN stands for. Yes, this one you'll have learned like from your 10th standard onwards. So, yeah, your answers, please. Okay, the answer is wide area network. That's great. Let us say who's on the top podium. So on the top stays Ms. Chitra, followed by Nitin, and the places have been swapped once again. That is V, Shell, and Nazir. Okay. Moving on to the next last question. How many versions of IP are there? So your options are 6241. This is again a given question. Again, a widely discussed topic. Okay, and the timer is running out. We have four, three, two, one, and the answer is two. That is right. The answer is two. And on the top stays Chitra and Nitin, followed by Shell, Sharmi, and Ram. On to the last question that is going to fix the top podium person. So, which layer of the TCP IP stack corresponds to the OSI model transport layer? So, your options are host to host, application layer, internet, network access layer. So, which one of these are going to be that layer that corresponds to a TCP IP stack on an OSI model? Okay, the correct answer is host to host, and only one of them have answered it. No problem. We have all been there, and at least we learned what is the answer to it. So on the third comes Sharmi with a score of 5131. So second comes Nitin with a score of 5290. Top comes the person with a score of 7212, and that is Chitra. So see you again, and runner-ups are Shell and Ram. So see you again next week. Thank you for participating.